Okay, so I've completed the shingles, as you can see. I just wanted to show you. We'll have to trim this tar paper off here. All you do is take a knife and go underneath here. Just cut it like that. Basically, that's it. Okay, and after you cut all that off, we're going to make our top piece. Shoot them a sample of what we're going to make there. Okay. And you can make the top piece out of pressure treated yellow pine or another wood. I'm using this cedar because I had it available, and all I did was I cut the 4x4 down, and I made two pieces, and I glued them together. I let this glue overnight with a clamp, and what we're going to do is just make our piece for that. So what we want is what this piece is doing. Not only is it decorative, but it keeps water from going down in here. What it's going to make like a ledge that comes out all the way around, so water won't be able to go down in there. And what I do with that is we're just basically making a round circle. So I have a compass here. Put my center in there and just draw it with the compass. That. And then we'll just come over here and cut it on our bandsaw. Let me get my glasses. we're going to put our decorative edge on here. This right here is extremely dangerous. Safer way to do it would be to mount this, clamp this on a table, put this router bit in a handheld router like that, clamp this on the table, and then router it and spin it around, reclamp it, router it. But that would involve taking this bit out of here, putting it into there. So I'm going to try to do it right here on this. It's very dangerous, but I've done it before, and I'm not fearing. I don't like to fear a lot of stuff. I just noticed something. I gotta sand that down because okay, so we're going to make the next piece. Same thing, same process. cut through a nail. That's okay. This is a metal saw. Okay, now on this piece, we're just going to round over the edge. Okay, it's nothing fancy like the bottom one, we're just going to round it over. So we're going to use that. I've already sanded that, so we're good. Next is this, okay? As you can see, this is not the same color as that. What we're going to do is we're going to take and stain it with, I'll show you what I use. This right here. Australian timber oil. It's really, as you can see, it's a very dark color. It almost matches the cedar color. These are $4, by the way, at Home Depot. Just under $4. Made in Vietnam. Sold by Home Depot. So what I like to do is put this into here first and then put it into there. Okay, so you simply can't just screw that in there like that. It'll split this. So you have to pre-drill the hole. As you can see, I picked out a bit that's just a little bit, you know, something to pre-drill with. That's one thing I noticed on this. Alright. So that like that. Okay, now we want to pre-drill this hole too. All right. So, I don't have one here to show you with this piece here. I usually have one of these made already, where I could just lay it down on here and scribe it onto here, so where I know where this piece is, I'm not guessing to, you know, try to fasten it. So basically, you don't want to get it, you know, off to one side or something. You want it perfectly in the middle. How are we going to do that? Well, why don't we measure from here to here and from here to here and here to here and just position it where we need to be. I think that would be the best way, right? Okay. So, just take some measurements here. Blue guy. Alright, according to my measurements, that's where it needs to be. So, what we'll do is we'll take this, place it on there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my reveal here and make sure that's even all the way around. Once you got it centered, I'm going to make some marks here. So when I fasten this with my screw, I know not to go outside that line. Alright. So we'll pre-drill this for some screws. This is what I'm using. Stainless steel screws. Stainless steel. Okay, I'm noticing a little fuzziness here. I'm going to get some sandpaper and hit that. See this? See how that's covering our top there? It's not letting any moisture getting in there. On a blowing rain, yeah, it might get under there, but you're not living in this house. This is just some bird feed. Okay. As a friend of mine I used to work with, he always stated when we were building houses, we're not building a piano, we're building a house. Okay, so now we got that on. We're gonna, might as well sand this down while we're at it. Okay. Now, okay, so what we want to do, we want to center this in the center of that. So we'll find out where that's going to be. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to measure it. Okay. Once we get that, we're going to mark it with a pencil. do that, now we know we can put our screws inside that mark, and then when we screw our piece on, it'll cover up the screws. Put this back where it's supposed to be on our mark. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not going to screw this all the way on yet. Typically, I would already had this pre-stained. It would have been dry. I got the cart in front of the horse a little bit today, so I'm going to take and let this stay up a little, and I'm going to put some tape around here, so when I stain it, it won't. We don't want to stain this because it'll be way darker than we want it to be. Okay. All right. This is a good product, by the way. I use this on my swings. It holds up in the weather really good. Good product. It's a little expensive, but I mean everything is nowadays, you know. You're gonna play, you're gonna pay. So. I'm not going to bother. Well, I guess I'll just, all right, so that's that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to finish the shingles. Use a different product for that. This is the product I use to finish the shingles with. This is a good product too. I use this on my swings also. This is actually a clear finish. However, when you put anything you put it on will darken it. It'll darken it. As you can see, when I put it on this, it'll darken this. See how now this is starting to match that? After this dries, I'll put a coat of this clear on top of that too. I mean, this is all icing on the cake, you know. A lot of you guys out there would simply stop after they did this and sell it. I like to add this because it extends the appearance of it. You know, this will make it look good and stay looking good for quite some time. get the edges of that stuff too. See how that almost matches already? Okay, so basically that's it. I'm not going to stand here and video every stroke of putting this on, but you get the idea. Okay? And the idea of building this is to make it look as if it's almost one piece, you know. You want to have a smooth, grade like that. Once you screw that down, that'll even up. You want to make it look nice. Okay, so we got our bird feeder done. Now we're going to build the post. Just for a special note, this is expensive. Okay, I currently sell this feeder and this post with the bracket for $250. Is that expensive? Yeah, it's expensive. Do I feel satisfied selling it for $250? No, I don't. I would feel satisfied selling this for $350, not $250. But because the fact that most people don't understand the cost of materials nowadays and the amount of time it takes. I mean, Andy, my cameraman, will tell you, he's been here I don't know how many hours shooting video of me doing this. Takes an enormous amount of time, and I'm what I consider myself to be very skilled in what I do. Somebody that wouldn't be would take it even, twice that long to do. But just for example, to make this post, now granted, this will make 2 posts. I'm going to cut it in half and I'll have 2 sleeves for making 2 posts. But to give you an example, this bracket that goes on the end of the post, This bracket alone was almost $22 just for this bracket. Okay? It goes on like that. And then this bolt goes through here. We'll be cutting this down to the right height because our bird feeder is not that tall, obviously. But now, is there a different way to do this other than using this bracket? Yes, there is. I mean, there's 100 different ways to build a box, you know. There's 200 ways to build a bird feeder. So, do you need to use this? I feel you do. I mean, I like it because it's pretty much permanent. It's durable. It simplifies the process. You have a bolt, you put a nut on it. I like that part of it. It's exterior grade. So that's just to give you an idea. And then this bolt was like $2.50, I think. So you got 20, say 25 in that. Your post, I think they're about $15. This piece right here was $28. So, I mean, just in that post, I got what, $40, $50 just in the post? And that's before I even start working on it. Okay, so obviously we're just gonna cut this in half. This is 100 inches. Did you zoom in on that and get them the product? You can get this at both Home Depot or Lowe's. They're right around $28, I think. So that's $14 there. Your mark?
Mm-hmm.
And what I like to do is I like to keep this plastic on until I actually sell the product or install the product, because you can damage this stuff pretty easily. Now, typically you want about 6-foot posts. I got these. These were given to me, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. But for educational purposes, make it 72 inches long. That'll give you more post in the ground. It'll be a little bit stronger product, a little bit more stable. You still can use this, no problem. Just make sure you have a nice concrete base around the post. And what I'll do is, I'll show you. This is how much is going to be in the ground. Right there. Then I'll dig the hole, and I'll dig it big enough where it'll be like 4 inches around the post, and then I'll fill that with concrete. And then also to stabilize it, I'll take some bolts like that and run through the post and have it sticking out where the concrete could grab it. I don't know if I want to do a video of actually putting the post in. I think it's fairly easy to do. Okay, so now all we got to do is put this bracket onto the post, and then slide our sleeve up, and then put this bolt all the way through the sleeve and the post. I can tell you that just these 3 items, this post, this bracket, and this bolt, is over $50. And look, it comes already rusted. So, what I'll do here is I'll put this on, mark my hole, same thing on this side, mark my hole. This is a 3/8 inch bolt. Do we want to drill a 3/8 inch hole? No, we don't. We want to drill a 1/2 inch hole, because it'll be easier to put our bolt in. Now, what we've done is marked our hole locations for this. This is going to slide in here, and then our bolt's going to go right through this. Okay. Same thing with this. We're going to drill this a little bit bigger. That way we're not trying to fight the bolt to get it in. Now that our holes are done, we're going to go ahead and put our bracket on. Right here. These are just some 1¼ inch roofing nails. We're going to put in these holes here. got to slide our sleeve on. Line our holes up. And put our bolt in. Okay, so that's done. It's ready to go except for one thing. This bolt doesn't need to be this long. So, I mean, you could leave it that long, but it's going to look, you're going to have a bolt sticking up in the middle of your feeder. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it down to where it's just enough that we need. Okay, so we've already marked where we want to cut it, and I will tell you this is 3 1/8 inch to here. Then there's various ways you could use. You could use a sawzall with a metal cutting blade, a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade, or a grinder with a metal cutting blade. I like to use this. Don't touch that, it's hot. Okay, so this is now complete. Our bird feeder is complete, and all we have to do now is install it. Okay, one thing before we put our feeder on, what we want to do is we want to router this hole a little bit. You can zoom in on that and show them what we're doing this for. So if we try to assemble it like that without routering this out to accept that bump, it'll sit on there and teeter-totter on top of the post. So what we want to do is router that out. I've set my router bit to about a quarter inch, 3/8, somewhere around there. And we're just going to router this out. Okay, I just wanted to take time and show everybody that this is another way you could do the shingles. These are actual shingles that you would put on a home. I won't include how to install these shingles on this video. I will make another video for that. But I will tell you, this is a lot easier than doing the wood shingles. This is a whole lot easier. Plus, if it were mine, I would want this. I would want this shingle instead of the wood shingles, because wood is wood. Eventually it's going to dry out, warp, crack, and you'll have problems with it. This right here will last a lot longer than the cedar wood shingles. Okay, now that we got everything done, the post and the feeder, we still aren't done. We have to install the feeder. So, some post hole diggers, and we've dug our hole approximately 8-9 inches round by 24 to 26 inches deep, and that's where we're going to be anchoring our post. So first we dig our hole, then what we're going to do is take our sleeve off here. But before we do that, we're going to mark this right here. And I'll show you about that mark here in a minute. So we'll take our bolt out. Like that. Okay, there's our mark. What we're going to do is lay it down like that. We're going to put a board, just take some scrap board you got, put it on there like that. Put your mark on the dirt side of the board. Then we're going to take a couple screws, put in there. And what that does is we'll be able to put our post in here at the correct height. Okay. So then what we want to do is we'll take some scrap boards. This is just a regular fence board for fencing, wooden fence board. I cut it in half to use. You need 2 braces. So we're going to put one on here. I think it'd be better to do this way. Less roots that way, right? One that way. And we'll just screw this at the top here. One this way and one that way. All right. Now I'm going to kind of position it center of the hole there. Kind of eyeball it where you think it's about straight. And then I took some scrap wood and made some stakes. Okay. Now this is where you can do this by yourself, but it's a lot easier to plumb the post up with two people. One person will be holding the level, the other person will be screwing the brace. Okay, we've already set our post. This is called plumbing your post. Okay. Get the bubble between the lines, and then you put a screw in your stake, and that holds it this way. Put your level on this way, get it between the lines, and put your screw in there. That holds it this way. So once you get it this way and this way plumb, that's it. You're done. Okay. So now we're gonna mix our cement up. We have a mixing hole here, and we poured our concrete in here, some ready mixed concrete. All you have to do is add water to it. That's about the right consistency. We're just going to wheel it over there, pour it in there. You want to be careful not to dump it in there and move the bottom of your post. So be real careful. And the reason I'm using this concrete is because this bird feeder is very heavy, and that'll make it very top heavy. So you want something substantially heavy on the bottom to hold it in place. Otherwise a strong wind will come by, and then the next thing you know, your bird feeder post is crooked. Okay, so that's basically it. You let this dry. I always let it dry overnight and come back the same day or the next day, 24 hours later. And then the next part I'm not even going to do a video on because it's so simple. You'll just take your plastic off, slide this over the post, put your bolt in, and then take your bird feeder and slide it over the bolt. Take this nut and washer off. Slide your bird feeder on there, put your washer on and your nut, and tighten it up. And then you'll be done. Okay, so now we're going to finalize on putting the feeder together. We're going to take these braces off. And you just slide this over the post, like that. Line the bolt hole up. And then it's going to take two of us to put that on, so you need to set that up. Big enough, is it?
Oh, for the bolt.
Oh, no. All that does is hold on the sleeve ink on there. that's it. That will finally conclude this video.